Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs. We've got our Europa League second knockout round games against Roma today. The only game really to update you on otherwise was the 3-0 win against Man 62. Very comfortable. Pelez getting a penalty, Lucas Gibraltar also getting a goal, and Omar Barry as well there. So our players getting into the swing of things again after the draw against Galatasaray in the second leg. But we were through. We made it. It's all good on that front. Feeling pretty confident there. Transfers. Was there any transfers I needed to update you on? Let's take a look. I don't think there was. I think we're fully up to date. We only had one game in between, so that's probably why. So let's just jump into it. Let's get straight into the game and see if we can get any further in this competition. Like I've said before, we have beaten Roma before in the Champions League, so I'm feeling reasonably confident, and I think this is a better team than we previously had as well. So in goal, Bazunu, as we'd expect. Dagger, Ang, Byberg, Pardo and Mendoza at the back. I'd probably stick with that. Actually, we'll bring Pelez in. He's been in a bit better form recently. Smet back and Adam Day in centre midfield. Koda, Tovar and Ballard with Salvador up top, because unfortunately Bozikovic has been injured, so he's out for a little bit and won't be able to partake. One thing I didn't mention was Sorensen will be leaving at the end of the season. He signed a free contract with Copenhagen. I don't think it'll affect the team too much in the long term anyway, because we do have the likes of Saki, who is hopefully going to develop quite nicely and become a bit of a Gibraltar legend. Fingers crossed anyway. So I think that might be what we do, although maybe Smetbank coming out for Sanseviero is probably better. Sanseviero is a little bit more on top of things in there. Otherwise, I think we'll just go with that. We'll see how today's games goes. Hound Dogs we're at home, so no real concerns on that front. We've got the advantage of being at the Adam Palmer Stadium, so if that's it is a much bigger stadium than what all the other teams in our league has. Roma, though, look a very good side. They will be a very good side, as we know. It's a bit of a shame that I kind of got a bit confused at what other teams might be coming through into the knockouts. Now, Liverpool probably is the biggest team. Them and Dortmund are the ones that are really going to be the tough ones to beat if we do get any further. Obviously, we've still got what's in front of us to beat first. So we need to kind of focus on this today, and then we can worry about that when the knockouts, if the draw happens for us. But a near post header does go over the bar as Roma does get a corner kick whipped in, but we do manage to, well, I say deal with it. We survived it, more like we didn't really do anything to necessarily cause them any issues, but we're okay at the moment. I wouldn't say necessarily controlling the game, but we're having chances. Hopefully that continues and we continue to do better and better as the game goes on. Dagger Ang, though, is able to bring that down at right back. Byberg receives it in the centre. We have got the partnership at the back that is kind of our strongest. Byberg and Pardo at the back are our two best players. So it's good to have them playing together again. Not our two best players overall, but two best players at centre-half. So I say that's where we... Why do I... Does anyone... So this goes out to anyone else who plays Football Manager out there, or any YouTubers that might be watching for whatever reason. Do you get tired when you play? Especially when I'm recording. Oh, Salvador just not quite able to slot that through past the defenders there. I always feel really, really tired, and I yawn so much. I don't know whether it's concentration or what, but yeah, I yawn quite a bit when I'm recording, and so that's why that happens. So I'm trying to I think now I'm gonna make some changes to my uploads and stuff, because I don't think I should be yawning and can really afford to yawn, because it shows that I'm tired, and if I'm tired, it's taking things out of me a little bit. But anyway, we've got to the end of this season with Hound Dogs. We'll see them in a few years as well, to just see how they get on without us. But Day with an effort on goal near the outside of the penalty box, but not quite able to whip that in as much as he possibly hoped he would have been able to. Half time, though, not bad. Could have been better, but not bad at all. Can't complain too much. Pellets is looking a little bit injured there, so we will take him off of Mendoza. And in fact, I think we will take Coda off as well, who's not been great. And we'll bring Rog on to play on that right-hand side just for now. He might be able to slot more centrally a little later on if Tovar is getting a bit jaded or anything like that, but we'll get to that in a moment. I saw it again. See, this is what I mean. Like, why am I yawning? I've not yawned at all until I turn the camera on and start recording. That's when I start yawning. So strange. So strange. Cal Zongjin coming through with Roma, and I mean, he got through maybe a little bit too easy there, causing us a bit too much problems or too much trouble than he probably should have done. A long ball forward. Rog's not able to get up to that second one, but Dagaang will get onto the flick as Rog looks to play it back and us to kind of recycle a little bit. Day looks in front to Tovar, finds it round the corner to Rog, who looks over the top to Ballard. It's a good bit of football so far. Ballard cuts it back to Day. Can he get a shot away or lay it off? He does to lay it off to Tovar, plays it back to Day, and Adam Day smashes it in. That one was well worked, I have to say. We did very well to kind of find that gap, burst it forward, and then Adam Day worked well with Tovar just to get a yard for the shot. No rush shots, which is good. Ballard being able to cut it back to Day. He cut it inside to Tovar, who didn't turn and shoot as he could have done, but instead laid it back. And Adam Day was able to get the goal. That gives us a 1-0 lead at home against Roma. So we're in control at this stage. We're still in full control. 1-0 at home. If we can keep it at least at 1-0, we've got a solid chance of going through. Obviously, we will have the second leg that goes to their place, so it might be a little bit more challenging as time goes on. But we're looking good at the moment as the ball is launched over the top to Salvador, who should get to that. I haven't played him at centre midfield since last time and finding out he could possibly play there. But Ballard did well to lay that off to Dion Drenner Rog, who's coming on from that right-hand side that we've put him out there. And he's tucked it away nicely. It's nicely done. Salvador getting onto the initial ball through over the top. He worked well with Ballard to get the ball back across the box. And he was able to find Dion Rog, who just slotted it in. Keeper didn't really have much chance having to come across his goal again to try and get to that. And yes, 2-0. Going into the final kind of 20 or so minutes, we're looking very, very solid. I think, was there only a minute between those goals? It was. I didn't quite realise how quick after one another they were. Mendoza looking inside to Bazunu, and we look to work it out again. Byberg looks forward, long. Salvador, can you make a bit of hassle for us? That'd be great. He is causing a problem as he nicks the ball off Kalulu. Can he finish this one? He certainly can. It's 3-0 against Roma. We're at home, so we can't get too excited. We've still got the away leg to go, but things are looking very much in our hands and very much something that we could keep on going through with. Kalulu I don't know what he was trying to do, but Salvador put the pressure on him, caused issues for him, and he was able to just nick it off and tuck it away. 15 minutes to go. We'll probably look to make a little change now. Adam Day, we'll take you off. We don't want you to get sent off. That would be silly. Smetbank can move in and he can be the slightly more attacking of the two. So Sanseviero doesn't have to quite work as hard to get up and down the pitch as much. But with only a few minutes to go, I think we should be absolutely fine. Keeping a clean sheet as well. Excellent stuff. Rog with the delivery here. Can we get a fourth? Not quite, as it's headed away. But Pardo will get to that. No one's out wide, though, to receive it, as it does go back to Dagaang. He ends up playing it all the way back to Bazunu. And we should probably just be able to recycle this and go again, effectively. Pardo, Mendoza. Pardo looks out wide. I mean, that's not going anyone, is it? But Roma will be coming forward. I'd like to just end the game now, please. Just end the game. Nothing silly. Mendoza should get to that. Recycle things again. And we'll go for it. Hey, yawning again. Why am I yawning? Why? Why? I'm not even that tired. I literally had a nap today. Middle of the day. That's not right. You shouldn't be... Oh, I don't know. Salvador into Smetbank, who's played it through to Rog, who's got a lot of open space in front of him. Has he got the pace to get away? He tries to shoot early, which he kind of had to do. He was being closed down. Didn't have the pace to escape there. But it was just over the bar in the end. Okay, I think that will be it. With only, I mean, we're still going with the highlight, but 45 seconds left. Hopefully we can just see this out and the whistle will go in a moment as Roma looking to kind of keep hold of the ball. But keeping hold of the ball isn't what they need to do. They need to get it forward. Dagger-Ang does very well there to cut that out. Smetbank finds Rog, whose touch takes him away from the centre of the pitch. But he's got a bit of space out there to whip a ball in. Defended well, though, as the ball is cleared and Roma can bring it forward once again to try and get something in the dying moments of the game. But I think we should just have enough to hold off for the next few seconds as Byberg cuts that out. Rog in there, keeping the ball to Smetback, back to Rog, who's then going to look inside to Smetbank, whose ball over the top looks for Dagger-Ang. I mean, he's just chasing a hopeless ball. But ends 3-0. What a result. What performance by all the boys. I don't think anyone really put a foot wrong in today's game, which is exactly what you wanted. There's a few more results there. Angers beating Feyenoord. Sevilla and Atlanta drawing. Same with Real Sociedad, Newcastle. So some big games have not been quite as exciting as ours. Let's say that. But we will jump straight to the next game. I might show you a few, depending on how the game's going. I'll show you in a couple of the highlights and whatnot. We'll see what happens. But I'll see you in just a moment once we basically find out if we're through or not. Milan Trilovic, though, he will be leaving us for sure. All right, here we are. Second leg. We're pretty much, it's the same team. The only change we've made is Mendoza's come on and Pelez has dropped off to the reserves. And I think it was Saki that we brought up to the bench just because he is injured. A little bit jaded. No point risking him. We're 3-0 up. Mendoza's fantastic, so we'll absolutely be fine. But let's jump into today's game. It is the second leg, so we've got Roma home this time. Will be a bit more challenging, as we'd probably expect. No surprises in that front. But hopefully we'll be able to still get a win. I mean, they've had awful recent form, so I mean, we should really, especially after the 3-0 thrashing of them in the first leg, do quite comfortable and do quite well. But we shall see. But early on in the game, we've got Mendoza playing it down the line to Tovar, who actually loses out to the Roma fullback. Latizani playing it back again. Then they looking to work the ball forward once more. But we've got a lot of players back who should hopefully be able to deal with this. Dagger-Ang goes up, does well enough to put him off, so we're able to get a header or away. But it is back with Roma, who will look to come forward again. A big switch of play over to Cancelleri on the right-hand side. Can Mendoza deal with it? Not quite. Day does very well to track back and get a foot in there to stop any sort of shot getting taken. And the ball is recycled again by Roma, who looks inside Lazzarini. He looks back over the top to Kalulu, who should be able to get round the back, fires it across. And that gives them a 1-0 lead in today's game. Jallo in the first 5 minutes. That is not the start we are looking for at all. They've worked it very, very well, though. And it's 1-0, 3-1 on aggregate. But there's nervy times ahead. Roma look to go forward again, and it's just a long ball over the top that we've not dealt with. Cancelleri, it is Mendoza who's got back to manage to block the shot. But a ball straight over the top, beating us and giving them an opportunity to go through is not good at all. And they've got another free kick here, deep in their half. And are they going to do the same thing? Because it seems to have worked so far. Cancelleri, no, it's cut out well by Pardo. Tovar looking to keep hold of the ball this time. Mendoza up to Ballard, not able to quite get there in front of the Roma man. And they got the ball again as they look to come forward. 20 minutes in, and it is all been Roma so far. We have not had really a sniff at all. Ball through, though. Dagger-Ang, can you get round and defend that against Jallo, the goal scorer, as the ball is cut back? It's a long-range effort this time. It's just over the bar. We get away with it once again. I don't think we can keep doing that, though. So with only 10 minutes to go, I think we're easing ourselves in. Not well, We're still not doing great, but we haven't had as much of an opportunity for Roma to get back in it. Although there was one, as Bazunu does well to kind of save that at his near post, protecting that side of his goal quite nicely. But it is only cleared for a throw-in for Roma far up the pitch. Should be able to get a delivery into the box. Jallo looking to do just that. As it comes in, it goes off the bar, and Mendoza is able to head that away. Not at all what we want to be seeing just before half-time. So there's just the one change at half-time. We did bring on Rog for Tavar in the attacking midfield slot just because Tavar wasn't doing great. Rog played well last time, and then Adam Days just smashed in a free kick to level things up just inside the second half. That has settled the nerves a lot in this second leg. That's really made things a lot more comfortable. Brilliantly taken. A lovely free kick. Look at that. Beautiful. Round the wall and into the top right-hand corner. Keeper's got no chance. It gives us a 1-1 draw today and a 4-1 on aggregate. Very nice. 3-goal lead back again. And with half an hour to go, we are looking very strong. It is Liverpool coming forward, though. It's a lovely ball through. Mendoza's just about dealt with that as Dagaan clears and it's launched away, but they will be coming back straight at us. Another lofted ball over the top to Rodriguez this time. He's got a little bit of support out on that left side by Gerardo, who's being pushed away, which we're doing very well and trying to force them back again and again. But we've got to make sure it happens as Cancellini looks down this right-hand side. Kalulu's ball in is blocked by Ballard, but it does fall to him still, and Lazzarini receives it. Kalulu once again into Zanella. He turns, finds Lazzarini, who shoots. Bazunu matches it and tucks it out for a corner kick. A long ball forward by Bazunu has just fallen to Liverpool. We should be able to deal with that, though, as they look to try and play it through. And he gets a second chance of getting that ball up the field. But Salvador did somewhat enough to get him to force the defender to head it back to the keeper and kind of start again as we're able to kind of set once more and be ready for the Roma attack. Cancelleri looking inside to Kalulu once more. He finds it back to the centre half, who plays it forward to Kalulu, then Rakucha. Then it is cut out almost by Mendoza, but it does fall just to the Roma striker. Cancelleri into Zanolo, and it is blocked. It is blocked well. Ball comes back across. Jallo heads to head it back across goal again, and Matteo Cancelleri does head that in. It was a bit of head tennis across the box. It's a deserved goal, to be quite honest. 4-2 now. Back to where we were in the first 5 minutes of the game. And originally getting that ball across, Jallo does well to head it back across goal. We didn't deal with it, and Cancelleri does come in to tuck it away. 20 minutes to go. They've just got to get 2 goals to level things up. And they are looking all the more best for it than we are of scoring another goal. So a couple of little changes just to try and waste a bit of time. Days pushed forward, Saki's come in at deep lying playmaker role, and Suchu has come on for Dagaan at right back. Rog's gone out wide, but there you go. We were able to see it out in the end. A fantastic result once again. I think we might be through to the quarterfinals now, if I'm right in saying so. So could be a hell of a result. It did look like Liverpool went through with a 5-1 win over Ajax, so they absolutely dominated the game against them. We will have to see how we do, though, and who we get in the draw. I'm going to have to speak to Luis Pedro first. It wasn't good enough offer. Yeah, you're worth at least 200k. So I don't understand why you thought you'd be able to go for 50. Like, this is what I mean. They're so way off, and then when I say that, they're like, oh yeah, 200k, yeah, that's fine. Well then, you know how much you're worth. Like, just dreadful. It's only 1k, see? No, not going. Because he's still half decent. You know, decent backup striker. We could certainly be getting more. Got a bit of growth still in you. Probably should let him go, to be honest. Taha Marangoz is going to leave us, though. He's been moaning. And finally, I will let him leave. 5 million we brought him in for. He was a big signing. I thought he'd be able to do a lot for us, but he just hasn't been happy. So quite a loss on that one. But we have got the draw now. Some big names in there. And some names I think we could beat. We've got Ongers, Atalanta, Borussia Dortmund, Celtic, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Napoli all taken on. And we're first out the pot. Who have we got? It's Ongs. Okay, that could be very much a very helpful one. Liverpool, Newcastle, big game there. Dortmund, Atalanta, I mean, they're all big games, aren't they? It is the quarterfinal at the end of the day. And we also get the draw for the semis, so we get to see who we would face if we beat Ongs in the next round. Could it be Celtic or Napoli? It won't be, and it won't be Newcastle or Liverpool, so it will end up being Dortmund or Atalanta if we do get through. Well, there's only one way to find out if we do get through, and that will be in the next episode when we take on Ongs in the competition of the Europa League quarterfinals. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.